Hello, Judy here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy my video. Now I'm going to make a embellishment in my journal I'm working on at the moment. This is basically just an ideas journal. I'm using the prompts from Junk Journal January basically, but today I just felt like making something for the sake of it, so we're going to make a little project in here. Now, where did I decide to do it? Here, I think. So let's make a start. I've got some pattern papers here from my latest digital kit. These are called Fabulous Florals, and I'll put a link to those in the description box if you're interested in having a look at them. There is a flip through video, so that gives you a pretty good idea of what's in there. Now we're going to start with making this 10 inches, so I'm going to cut this off at 10 inches. 5. Now, I think that this paper is the full A4 height of 8 1/4. Yes, it is. So that fits on there fine. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the width of that, just there. And I'm going to score that. Let me get rid of my trimmer and get my scoreboard, and let's score that. Has it got a measurement? Yes, 5 7/8. So score that down there. Actually, I should have scored that the other way up. So let's do that. So this is page 13 from my kit, if you're actually wondering what one I'm using. Okay, so now I'm going to fold that over and burnish that down. I'll rub that out even though I'm going to cover it. Right, so let's make sure it fits okay on our page. That's going to sit there like so. That's going to sit there like that. And that is going to you know what? I think I'm just going to trim a little fraction off. I don't mind if I can see a bit of this original paper behind it, and I think that to try and make it exactly the same is going to be way too hard. So I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch off. That'll give me a little bit of play top and bottom. And I'm also going to do the same on the side. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. That way, you know, I don't have to worry about things hanging over or, you know, not sitting properly or folding properly. And that is perfect. That's perfect. You can't even notice it really, can you? It's just about the same colour as the digital. Okay, so let's ink that. I'm going to actually ink that fold as well. This folds back onto itself, so so that is what is going to be on the top here. So I'm going to ink around the edge of this as well. I'm going to cover this with some pattern paper, but I like to ink the edges so that, you know, if there's a little variation in the size, it's not obvious. So I don't mind if I come in a bit, you know, a bit further on the inking with this. It can't hurt. Okay. Just wipe that inking up now. Got a bit of glue left on there from the last project. Never mind. Okay, so let's get back to this. So I'm going to, I might work on the project out of the book, I think. Now the next thing I'm going to do is cover up this pretty paper, and I'm going to use a piece of this same paper that is the page that we're working on. So I'm going to trim that down a little. So that will be, I'm going to put that about like that, and I'm going to mark that down here about the same, and I'm going to trim that off. Let's line that up, make sure we get it nice and straight. Well, we're basically cutting along that bottom line, aren't we? Okay. Take that out and pop that away. Okay, so now I want to attach this onto here. So this is going to be a fold out writing spot. I'm going to attach the glue, I'll put the glue on this section because no other reason than it's easier. You could use your glue stick if you are a glue stick fan. I am not. I don't know why, but I just don't seem to trust them. Put that on there and then stick this on top. I know that with the art glitter glue, once it's stuck, it will stay stuck. And I'm trying to get that as straight as I can because we're going to fold it, and of course if it's not straight and it doesn't look like it's perfectly straight, it will stand out. Okay, so now we're going to fold this back. Probably could wait for that. Yeah, I better wait for it to dry a bit. While we're waiting for that to dry, we can go on to the next step. We're going to make a belly band to go on this one. So I'm going to cut a piece of pattern paper. Say this piece. I'm going to cut this 4 inches wide. And I'm going to score that at 2 inches. You don't have to score it, you could just, you know, fold it over. Fold it in halves. I've printed this on 120 GSM paper, so it's got a bit of body to it. Holds its shape nicely. Okay, inking, inking, inking. If you're not an inker, of course you don't have to do this step. Now we're going to glue along the top and the bottom and turn this into a pocket. Where's my tissue gone? There we go there. And now we can bring this back in and attach our belly band on there. Oh well, I have to trim it down a bit, don't I? Because we did trim this a little. Down, trim that off. Oh, yeah. I was wondering if I had still caught that with the glue. It appears that I have. Okay, so now we can bring this back in and attach it to the here. Now I want to make this about, well, first of all I'm going to do this next. So we're going to fold our paper. So let me, there we go. I'm just going to bring it in the fraction. You can use your fingernails or you can use your bone folder just to score it on there. And then fold that over. And then we're going to do the same back this way. So let's get our paper straight there. And then fold that back like so. Okay, so now we have fold out journaling spot. This paper came out of a book, so that's why it's got that extra fold in it. Yours wouldn't have if you're using, say, a sheet of coffee dyed paper or whatever. So there we go, we've got a fold out writing spot. Now what I want to do is fold this over here, and I want to make sure, what's going on there? I want to make sure that my belly band is under there. So I might just make a little mark where that is. And pop this on there like so. Of course, being a belly band, we're only going to attach it at the top and the bottom. And I'm lining it up with those marks I just made. That way I know that it will be in line with this when it's closed. Very good. Okay, now we need to cover this piece. So I'm thinking I might use this piece of paper and mark that. Like that. Trim this down. And along the bottom. And ink around that and then attach it on here. Like so. So how is everybody? I haven't asked today how you all are. Everything's going fine here at the moment. It's January, so it is summer and we've had some really nice weather. It can get a bit hot in January here in Australia, but thankfully so far we've done all right. Now I'm going to attach that to our page. Attaching that. Now you could, if you wanted to, attach this on 3 sides and have a pocket here as well if you want to. I'm not going to do that. I think I've got enough extra space here. So I'm going to stick the whole thing down. We have a belly band here that's actually a little secret pocket, and we have a heap of journaling space here. We could put a pocket on here too if we wanted to. Shall we do that? Let's do that. So how wide is that? 4 inches. So you can make a gusseted pocket, or you can just, you know, make one that sticks down. In this case, I think I'm going to just make one no gussets. So I think I might make it about that deep, which is what, 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. Let's put a divot in the top. Let's do it this way so I can see how deep it is. I aim for about the middle, but I'm not going to get my ruler out. And I'm going to ink the edges. Okay, so let's attach that. So now I need to make a little tag to go in here, and I might use this. Let's fold it in halves. I won't worry about scoring it, I'll just fold it over. And we want to try and get this pretty well folded perfectly in halves, because we're going to be able to see both sides of it, of course. Perhaps I should score it, might make it easier. Oh, score. Oops. Sorry about that noise. Let's that looks like it's about even, that side and that side of the 6. So if I score that on 6, it should be about right. Not doing very well with my folding today, am I? Even though I scored that. Either the folding's not good or the cutting's not straight, one or the other. I could just fold it down and then trim it up, but I don't want to waste any of the width that I've got. I don't want it to be any narrower than it needs to be. So I'm going to glue this down now. I'm going to glue the whole thing down. So basically I'm just making the paper more solid. So it's a firmer tag. Now, where did I put my tissue? You can see I haven't got it very straight at all there. So I think I'm going to have to trim that off. I don't think I'll be able to live with that, even though I would ink it. I'm going to try and take off a minimal amount. It's a bit tricky just trimming off those little bits, isn't it? Okay, so that is going to be our little tag to go into there. Oh yes, of course, I have to trim it in the length, so I'm going to make it that big, that tall. I could cut that with my scissors, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't be straight if I did that. I'm pretty hopeless trying to cut something straight with scissors. I suppose I should check and make sure I've got that the right size before. Yes. Perfect. Perfection. Now I'm going to make a whale tail tab for that. So fold that over, put it in there. Oh. And punch that out, ink around it, and attach it to this. Now let's make sure we get it up the right way. So I'm going to attach this on here. Now I'm sticking it on this side because I am right-handed, but if you're left-handed you probably want to stick it on the other side. So that pops in there, and you wouldn't know it's there except for the tab. Oh, you can see that. So there we have our tag in our belly band. You can cut the tabs at the top if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it like that. We've got oodles of journaling space. We've got a pocket here that I'll put a tag in, and to keep this page closed we can use a paper clip that will clip the whole thing together like so. So that's actually going, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's actually going under the belly band. There we go. You could of course do a nice pretty little hidden paper clip for that, which I probably will do at a later date. And I will make a journaling card to go in here, a tag to go in there. And when I've done that, I'll come back. Okay, so I've made a tag. I've backed it with some tea dyed paper, and that sits in there nicely. I've added a bit of yellow sari to that. So here's our project for today. A pocket with a tag. This flips out. We've got extended journaling spot there, and in here we have a little hidden tag that we can do some journaling on if we desire. And then that folds all in together, and then it is held closed with a paper clip. You can use any type of fastener there, of course. You can make a nice little hidden paper clip. You can use one of those little, these little Tim Holt clips, if I can get this open, this sort of thing. Very tiny. Or you can use these little tiny paper clips. Anything that you have or think you would like to hold it closed with. Okay, so that's our project for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I did see this project by Fiona at Miss Paint a Lot, and I'll put a link in the description box to her channel. But that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.